Computer acting crazy as a motherfucker. Anyway, I wanted to come through and I just wanted to expound upon something that I was thinking about a little bit more. I was thinking about the DL, the downlow, and I made a video about that maybe about a week or so ago, maybe a little bit longer. No, maybe about a month ago almost. And I was just talking about and breaking down the science behind the DL and what it really means. But I wanted to talk about it a little bit more because some more things came to me as I was just in meditation. You know what I mean? Usually, when I start talking out loud and talking to myself, those are channels coming through. As I stated in the prior video about the DL, that was a definite attack on the subconscious mind of not just Black men, but Black women as well. But it was mainly targeted to attack Black men, especially Black heterosexual men, and to create a division between Black men and Black women as well. But when I take a step back further and I really examine what else that agenda was created for and what else it was used to do against particularly Black men, that entire agenda was used not only to divide Black men and Black women physically, but it was also used to divide and to separate, in a sense, Black men from their other half. Let me tell you what I mean. That entire agenda that they perpetrated and promoted and manifested, with most Black men being on the DL and all that bullshit, that was designed to get Black men to have a self hatred for themselves, to get Black men to have a self hatred for their feminine half. And it trickled down to the physical, which is why Black men begin to have a hatred for Black women, and vice versa, Black women having a hatred for Black men too, which is their better half. So that entire DL, mind control, whatever you want to call it, spell, ritual, whatever you want to call it, that entire ritual was designed to keep Black men shut out of their feminine aspect, meaning the right side of your brain, keeping you locked out of your creativity. And your creativity in the feminine side of your brain, that is where you find your prosperity and abundance. You get that from the right side of your brain. That's why a lot of people always say, well, a lot of gay men have prosperity and abundance and stuff like that. And we do, because we operate from the right side of our brain a lot of times. But the object of it is to be balanced in your being and in your motherfucking energy. That's the object, no matter what your sexual orientation is. But when they did that whole DL bullshit, and when they were promoting and manifesting that mind control and that fucking lie that most Black men are on the DL, because let's be honest, when you hear the word DL, the first thing that pops into your mind, at least for me, is a Black man, because it was designed to attack the part of us that we are not paying attention to, or the part of us that is sleeping, which is the subconscious mind. The DL on a scientific level is nothing more than the hidden part of you, your mind, which is the sleeping subconscious mind or the unconscious mind. So when I sit back and examine it a little bit more, and this video will not be that long, I just had to say this. When I sit back and examine it a little bit more, not only were they trying to create physical division between Black men and Black women, they were also trying to create a spiritual division of black men and black women as well, meaning that you are not able to tap into the opposite side of your physical gender. Because remember, it's all about being balanced in both of your fucking energies. Has nothing to do with a man acting feminine or being gay. It's just being aware, if you call yourself God, it's being aware of both aspects of who you are. And that entire fiasco with the DL was designed to shut down that part of you, black men. That was designed to shut down that part of you and to create a mistrust within yourself. Okay. And the DL in the way that they were manifesting it, that coincides with what I was saying about true homophobia. Homophobia has nothing to do with you being against gays or anything like that. If you don't like gay people, you just don't like gay people. Frankly, I don't give a fuck what you like. But what I'm saying is that homophobia is being afraid of self, not being able to tap into self, being afraid of going within yourself, being afraid of self enlightenment. And when I say self enlightenment, I'm talking about within you, being afraid to tap into those things within yourself. That is what the DL agenda did to the Black community and particularly to Black men. It caused a reverberation of negativity and mistrust within your own mind. And it locked you out and it blocked you from tapping into your feminine half, which is the right side of your brain. See, that's what that was all about. To create a division, not only physically, but most importantly, to create a division within you, a division between your feminine half and your masculine half. So those two energies cannot unite and give you the wisdom and the knowledge that you need in order to see the shit that you need to see in this illusionary fucking matrix that we live in. See, sometimes you have to look deeper than just what's on the surface. And as a gatekeeper, that is what we do because, see, we stand at the motherfucking gate. We're at the gate guarding the divine feminine energy. I'm just giving you a layman's terms understanding of a gatekeeper. We guard the divine feminine motherfucking energy. That's what a gatekeeper does. We guard the wisdom, we guard the secrets, we guard. So we see everything that's taking place in and around everywhere. And we grant access to certain people who are worthy of having access to certain information. Okay? That is what a gatekeeper does. I'll go, you. I remember when Panic first said that and I said, you know what, that is what I do. It's like if I'm dealing with a nigga, I'll be like, I'll take you. The rest of you stay back. Yeah, the rest of you stay back. You can't come in this motherfucking gateway. But that is just a layman's terms understanding. We guard the divine feminine energy and we keep people out who do not belong within that certain vibration or energy, or keeping people out who do not belong having access or who are not mature enough to have access to certain information. See, I know my energy and I know what I'm supposed to do. Nobody else can tell me about my motherfucking energy but me. That's why I don't fall for the motherfucking okey doke. Nobody can tell me about me because I've studied my energy. And I continuously study my energy and study who the fuck I am. Okay? I'm a gateway motherfucking entity. And because I'm at the gate, I see everything that takes place outside of the palace. Let's just say that. And remember, I'm only using metaphors and layman shit just to give people an understanding of what a gateway entity is. So we get to see everything that's taking place on the outside. And anything that is not aligned with whatever, anything that's not aligned with whatever, they can't get into access the wisdom We guard the wisdom. We guard the knowledge. That is what we do as gatekeepers. So when I examine the DL, yes, there are men who mess around with other men in secret, but they weaponized that they weaponized that word, the DL, in an occult and in a spiritual way, and nobody really recognized it. They weaponized that to attack. They didn't go and see, the thing is, they didn't go after the men who are actually messing around on the so-called DL on a human level. They didn't go after them. They didn't say, hey, Buster, what you're doing is wrong. They didn't do that. What they did was they created an entire agenda. They created an entire ritual, and I guess you can say spell, and they cast it over the motherfucking black community to get you to second guess yourself, to get you to second guess, your energy, to get you unstable. Because what it did was it caused an instability within the relationships and the unions between black men and black women, even more than it already was. Even more than it already was. And the black community, not me, but the black community ate the okey doke. They took the fucking okey doke. Now, am I saying that there aren't men on the DL? Of course not. I've messed with plenty of them who are on the DL. But what I'm doing is I'm looking at it from an occult aspect, because that is what I do. I am the occult view. I'm looking at it from an occult aspect and from my own perspective. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Fuck everybody else. I'm talking about my perspective. You can have whatever perspective you want, and I have whatever perspective I want. I don't force my perspective on anyone. But I'm looking at it from my perspective, and after examining everything for the past 20 years, that this shit has really been an epidemic. And there are no coincidences. There are only synchronicities. It's not a coincidence that when you hear the word DL, that you automatically think about a nigga fucking another nigga. That is not a coincidence. It's a reason for that motherfucking shit, because it was designed to attack that hidden part of us that we're not aware of. It was designed to do just that. When the DL is nothing more than the hidden part of you anyway. It was designed to basically attack the androgynous energy in you, because androgyny is creative power, it's intuition, it's unification, it's self-love, it's self-enlightenment. It's everything that's represented by the Baphomet. It's everything. The Baphomet is a physical representation of the androgyny of the black man and black woman. It has breasts. It has nothing to do with being trans, or no, it has nothing to do with that. What it's telling you a story of everything that's within you. It's telling you everything that you have within you. All of the knowledge, all of the wisdom, and all of that feminine, masculine energy. That's what it's telling you. But when they put out that motherfucking bullshit about most black men being on the DL, it caused a disruption in that energy within you. It caused a disruption, and it caused a disharmony. Disharmony causes division. And if you're not able to utilize both sides of who you are in balance and harmony, then the result is what we have now. This is the result. But anyway, I just wanted to expound a little bit more on that topic, because it was coming to me. Sometimes when I'm in meditation, things come to me to talk about, or whatever the case may be. And I just wanted to talk about that a little bit more. So anyway, this is the Occult View, aka Sia Grant. If you want a spiritual consultation, hit me up on Patreon, and I will post that link in the video description box. And that's all I have to say for right now.